Data. You probably heard that data is the new oil, but why? In the 18th century, oil was the most expensive and valuable resource on earth. In 21st century, it's data. Facebook and Instagram make billions of dollars by selling your data. Not just Facebook and Instagram, but all major tech companies including Apple, Google, and even Snapchat sells and stores your data. But why? Most of these companies store your data so that they can give you more targeted ads. Let's say you see something on Google. You search for a couch to buy on Google, and the next thing you know, your Instagram feed or Facebook feed is filled with couch ads. And that's pretty much how Facebook and or Instagram or Google makes money. So if companies sell or share your data just to give you targeted ads, it doesn't seem something much wrong, right? Well, that's not exactly the case. Most of these companies store and process your data, so these companies know what your likes and dislikes are. They know who all your family members are, your friends are, and whom do you talk to most frequently. These companies know what political party you support or what political party you are affiliated to. A few people realized that this was a lot of insight in someone's personal life and can be used to manipulate them. One of these guys was Nigel Oakes. This guy called Nigel Oakes used to run an institute called as Behavioral Dynamics Institute, which was responsible for a lot of psychological research back then, and later on even published a lot of papers on psychology. Later, the same guy started a company called as Cambridge Analytica. The same Cambridge Analytica that was part of the Facebook Cambridge Analytica data scandal. What happened back then was this guy named Alexander Cogan designed quizzes and surveys that paid less than $5 for every quiz or survey you took up. These surveys included basic questions like what's your mood right now, and very basic questions like that. But there's a catch here. To fill up these surveys, you need to log in using your Facebook details. And once you log in using your Facebook details, what this company did was it sucked out all of your data from your Facebook account. And they didn't just stop there. They also sucked out data of all of your Facebook friends. Almost around 270,000 people gave these surveys, and the total data collected was of almost 87 million people. Now, what they did with this data was they combined this data with your data from the Facebook and kind of created a psychometric profile, a personality profile. Later on, Cambridge Analytica used the same data to send targeted ads to the Facebook users. A lot of these ads included things like fake news, biased opinions, and criticizing the opposition party. And this is what gave Trump an unfair advantage in his political campaign, and in turn played a major role in making him the US president. All of this happened thousands of miles away in US, and we live in India. So it's not gonna affect us, right? Well, not exactly. US has influence all over the world, and US president can play a major role in it. Even though something exactly similar didn't happen in India, your data could still be used to manipulate you or can be misused. Let me give you an example. Remember, in 2019 when the CAA bill was passed, a lot of people protested against it. At the same time, a certain party's IT cell let out these tweets. The number you see in all of these tweets is the number to support the CAA bill. So even if you are someone who just wanted that free Netflix subscription and you gave a missed call to this number, then you are registered as someone who supports the CAA. This data can later be used to prove that majority of India supports the CAA bill. Cause on paper they have a missed call from your number which can be traced back to you saying that you support the act. In 2018, the Aadhaar data leak issue came forward, and the data of almost 7.8 crore Indians was leaked. And this data could later be used to manipulate you. A reporter claimed that she was able to buy data of an Indian guy for just 500 rupees, and that's how the issue came forward. Later on, R.S. Sharma, the chief of TRAI, tweeted out his Aadhaar number saying, "This is my Aadhaar number. Now I give this challenge to you. Show me one concrete example where you can harm me." Later on, a few Twitter users revealed all of his personal details, including his address, date of birth, alternate phone number, and even his PAN card number. This is exactly the reason you need to keep your data safe. So, what can you do to keep your data safe? Well, the first thing is, every time a site asks you to log in using your Facebook or Instagram or Google details, make sure it's a trustable site, it's a legit site. Whenever you are surfing a site, make sure it has the HTTPS extension, cause the S in the HTTPS extension stands for secured. Instead of using Google as your primary browser, try using apps or softwares that are open source like DuckDuckGo, which don't store your information or your data. The whole point behind this video was to tell you guys why is it important to keep your data safe. Now, if you did like this video, make sure you drop a like. If you're watching it on Instagram, make sure you follow my page on Instagram. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to my channel, and I'll keep coming up with more interesting videos as much as possible. And thanks for watching. Until my next video comes out, take care. Bye bye.
What's poppin'? Brand new whip, just hopped in. I got options. I can pay.